Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mic Check podcast. This is T-Word, the People's Champ. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today, we're going to talk about Naoya Inoue and Stephen Fulton and the potential matchup at the super bantamweight 122-pound division. So, what we want to discuss here is the notion or the narrative that's starting to populate across social media and YouTube boxing community that Stephen Fulton is looking to duck Naoya Inoue by moving up to 126 pounds to fight Brandon Figueroa in a rematch for a vacant belt or interim belt, which could become vacant, which would then elevate the winner to a champion status. More on that in a minute. But let's talk about Monster and Cool Boy Steph. So I'm trying to wrap my mind around the idea that he's going to duck a fighter who's coming up from several weight classes beneath him because he has power. I haven't seen anything in Stephen Fulton. He's from Philly, so he's got that gritty doghouse mentality about him. He stood in the pocket and he really went toe-to-toe with Fig in their championship fight. And that's the thing. You're talking about a guy who's an undisputed champion coming up to fight a unified champion. And for some reason, people think that he's supposed to be scared of this fight. The only thing I think that he would even have a little bit of apprehension about is having to go over as a defending champion, go over to Japan just because it's going to make more money. Now, I'm not here to dispute that could be a financial thing. And, without getting into the weeds on the financials, we're not guaranteed that that's going to be the biggest way for this fight to make money. If it's part of a co-main on the undercard of a bigger name fighter, even pair him up with Boots and do something near Philly like what's going on this coming weekend, January 7th, with Boots and Tank Davis, you can make this a really big fight really fast in the United States and put it on pay-per-view, and both guys will generate some good money, and they'll get a lot of local support and pack out a big stadium. Maybe you do something in a you could even take it up to the Barclays at that point. But that being said, even if he decides to go overseas and fight this fight, I don't see any reason why he would avoid it. Now, many people expressed the concern that when he goes up to 126, he's going to feel comfortable. He's going to like what happens in camp. And let's say he wins and then eventually gets granted full champion. He goes from interim to full WBC. I think that's featherweight, 130 pound. I'm sorry, 126 pound champ. Okay, he'll have two belts and have to decide what he wants to do. He'll have, the belt at two weight classes and decide what he wants to do. But I don't see him avoiding a big fight against a name brand fighter. The biggest issue in the way is promotional hurdles more than anything. You've got Inoue with top ranked ESPN, and then you've got Fulton with PBC Showtime, and that could be more problematic than any desire from either fighter want to face each other in the ring. And I don't see any fear from either one of these guys. Inoue has said he wants it. Fulton has definitely said he's open to it, but got bigger fish to fry real quick. And he's going to do like Spence said, he'll spin the block. I just watched a special on him, Fight Towns on Showtime, hosted by Steven Jackson. And he had a good talk with Stephen Fulton. And you could see that he wants greatness. He's pursuing greatness. He talked about the way that he approaches fighting and the different things that he's looking to do. And he's not just in there just for the fame or just for the money. He actually enjoys what he's doing. And he has a quest to be great. So why wouldn't he take on a great fight? I guess it's a guy coming up who's making his own legend. What better to have on your resume than I was the first one to beat a fighter who was undisputed? And he's almost in a lose-lose in some situations, because even if he beats him, they're going to say, oh, well, in a way, he was too small. He came up, he was too small, kind of like what they did to Bivol. But the difference is Fulton is unified, and if he goes up to 126 and he beats a guy for another belt that he already took a belt straight off of him, that's going to build his legacy in that regard too. So I just think from a legacy standpoint, moving up and beating somebody at a bigger weight class where that guy looked like he was too big for 122 anyway, on paper it kind of looks a little bit better, but then beating an undisputed champion coming up, that's going to look pretty good too. I think he needs to fight both. I want to see him fight Figueroa and then come on back down and do his thing. Win, lose, or draw against Figueroa, I need him to come back down, and he needs to fight Inoue to make it happen. I doubt if he'll avoid that fight. I don't see him as a duck. And without there being an offer on the table, I don't see how anybody could call this a duck situation at this point anyway. We'd love to get your thoughts. This has been T-Word for the Mic Check. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next time, I'm out.